Okay, so last night, Rhonda did a call for her personally sponsored coaches, and I'm kind of going off of that a little bit because it was exactly what I needed to hear. So if I needed to hear it, I'm pretty sure that you guys needed to hear it also. And it really clicked everything that she said and was really relatable. So now that Summit is over, what now? I understand that even if you didn't go to Summit, you've probably felt the excitement of it. Um, and if you did go to Summit, you may be feeling so excited and motivated, or you might be feeling stressed out or like just in freeze mode. Like, what do I do now? I don't know what's going to happen. What's next? I know I was kind of feeling, I didn't know how I was feeling. I had to kind of process it a little bit. So I'm going to kind of give you some tips on what to do now. I want to give you a background on my first summit and go into this summit that we just came from. So last year I was a coach for about 2.5 years, and I went to my first summit. And I went, you guys saw the picture, there was like a little emerald coach. This was my lanyard, and it was the theme of it was never give up. And that was the theme from the beginning of the year. And that was pretty much the year that I decided that I didn't care what happened or how I did it, or if I hit my goals or not hit my goals. I was committing to this business, and I was never, ever, ever giving up. So I went there, and I went by myself. Nobody else came with me. I never met these people in my life. I stayed with somebody that I barely knew. Like, she posted that she had a room available, and I'm like, you want to stay together? And we ended up splitting the room cost. And then I ended up meeting some people. And when I got there, it was just like a relief. Like, these people are real, they're nice, and they just accept you. Well, we all went to register, and all of the new emeralds got a medal. And I'm like, well, where's my medal? And Rhonda was like, well, you've been an emerald for a year now, or a year and a half. So you don't get a medal because you needed to be a new emerald. And I was like, okay, like, shoot me down a little bit, like, this is my first summit. I thought I was going to get a medal. So I moved on, and I promised myself I would not return to Summit without getting a medal. And what happened? I got a medal. I got a medal. I went and I got a medal, and it's just life-changing being able to go. And I kind of tell you guys that because it was just a lesson that I learned, that you have to commit, and you have to commit to never giving up. When I got back from that summit, I put my blinders on, and I did not look back. I didn't care what was happening around me. I was going to show up at Summit, not an emerald. I didn't care. I mean, I had goals of showing up as a 2-star. I showed up as a 1-star, and that was okay. So, like I said, everybody is having these different feelings, and some people might be excited. Some people might just not know where their feelings are at, because that's how I was before I had talked with Rhonda yesterday. So here are some of my tips. Number 1 is breathe. Stop. Just take a second, step back, and breathe. We're all feeling something different, and that's okay. You don't have to do everything overnight. You might feel this overwhelming sense of, I need to do everything right now at this moment, because this is a very exciting time in Beachbody, and this is, where the momentum happens. But you do not have to do it all right this second. Because I know for me, when I put that on myself, I end up doing absolutely nothing. And I just stop, or I'll just get, total shiny object syndrome, and I won't do anything. So don't let yourself get overwhelmed. The next thing is, the number 2 tip is to show up every day. So you're having all these feelings, and, you're trying not to get overwhelmed, but you still need to be sharing your story. That is where we build our business, is sharing your story. So maybe share your feelings, share what you're going through, still share sorry, I need to shut this Facebook off in the back. Share, your fitness journey, everything, because people are watching. Even if it's something you don't think is significant, it probably is significant to somebody else. So keep sharing and show up when you don't want to show up, especially on these calls. I give you guys all props for being on these calls, because that was one thing that Rhonda taught me, was like, you need to show up on the calls, whether you want to or not. Were there times that I, showed up and I was like laying in bed and closed off the screen so nobody could see me? Yes, there was, but I was there because I was told to be there. The only difference between you and somebody that is successful is time and consistency. We show up when we don't want to show up. And we do the 3 vital behaviors every single day, no matter what. If there is a day that ends up being skipped with the 3, like with my inviting, I still share every single day. And in my notes I have, after I had wrote out my notes for this, I listened to a little bit of E.T. And if you guys know me, I love Eric Thomas. And he's kind of tough love, but he gets to me every time. And he just talks about like work on your work. Be okay with where you are now, and believe what you see. Because when you believe what you see in the light, it's when in the dark is when you're going to have to push through, and you can still keep doing what you're doing. So my number 3 tip is to, as long as you're showing up, is brain dump everything. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to do now in the next week? What do you want to implement in the next week? What do you want to do in the next 6 months? What do you want to do in a year? Just take some time, shut yourself off from everybody, and just brain dump everything. This is the only way I can stay organized in Ashley's organized way, because I'm definitely not organized, but I just have to brain dump everything out and then go back and organize it. Set some goals, set end of the year goals or next year's summit goals. Like, what do you want to achieve by next year when you walk into summit? Do you want to walk in as an emerald and not get a medal if you are already an emerald for a year? Or do you want to walk in and get a new medal and walk across that stage? You decide. Some goals to set for your business that you can look at are rank, income, and Success Club points. Success Club should not be an option for you. You should definitely be hitting Success Club 5 or 10. But even if you don't know what any of that means, still set those, or come to me. If you have, say you want to get to a certain rank, or you want to hit a certain income by a time, but you don't know like what that all involves, go to your upline coach or come to me and I will help you break it down so that you can see it. Also, while we're talking about this, I wanted to talk about the Diamond Retreat that is in Austin in November. I don't have the date, it's written down, but if you're writing out your goals, as long as you're diamond by September 29th, you can attend this Diamond Retreat, and it's going to be so awesome. You're going to be able to connect with so many leaders and get some awesome training and just have some one-on-one time with a bunch of us. And there's still a lot of time to get there. 9/29, I mean, you almost have 2 full months. It's completely doable for anybody, even if you're just starting out in this business. So after you do your brain dump, my number 4 is to create your vision. I want you to let go of all of the hows. Just don't even think about how you're going to do it. I just want you to think about how you see yourself. How do you see yourself walking into Summit? How do you see yourself at the end of the year? Even down to what color you're wearing. How do you feel? What do you smell? Who's by you? Just completely write out what you want to see and write it down. And I would say do a 1-year letter to yourself in the present tense, like you're writing it to yourself. I'm going to do one too. I've done my brain dump and my goals, but I haven't got to the letter yet, but I definitely will. And I will share it with all of you. So if you guys want to do that, I would say share it with your upline coach, or you can share it in the team page too. That would be great. But don't worry about the house. Just talk about everything. What's going on in your personal life? What Um, just as much detail as possible. I wrote down from the beginning of January until I hit my 1-star that I was walking across stage at Summit. And I thought I had to be a 2-star, but I kept writing it every day. I knew that 2-star was not happening. And I kept writing every single day. I will be walking across stage at Summit. I will show you guys my notebook if you want, but every single morning I wrote that and I wrote that and I wrote that. Even the day before I knew I was going 1-star and I wasn't going to be 2-star, I wrote that. And then 1-star happened and Leanne told me, Ashley, you're walking across stage. I was like, oh, well, that's what I wrote down. So if you want it, keep writing it down and keep envisioning it. And, you know, your brain will overpower what you are actually telling yourself. And then after you write your vision, make a plan. And that's where I was going back to your goals. If you have a rank goal or an income goal or something, break that down all the way till then. How many people figure out your no matter what every day I need to, let's just say I need to invite 5 people. I need to connect with 3 new people. I need to have so many new contacts. I need to get my workout in. I need to drink my Shakeology, and I need to share my story. Make sure you have your no matter what's that you need to do. And then you have your monthly goals. So your Success Club goals, the number of coaches you're going to sign, the number of challenge members you're going to have, and that sort of thing. But I want you to go back and remember not to focus on the results. So I do want you to break it down and see where you're at, but I want you to focus on those no matter what's and the action that you're going to take to get to the result. Because once we start focusing on the results is when we lose everything and we get kind of like, I get bitchy, and you can totally see it in when I'm like messaging people, and I have to step away and be like, oh, okay, no. Go back to helping people. Go back to the actions. And always remember, if you're scared to share your story or talk to people, it's never going to be good the first time you do it. You need to just get out there and do it and kind of conquer the fear. And once you realize that fear is a good thing, then you will step up to the next level and want to do something a little more scary and a little more scary. I don't know if you guys have been able to see that video that I reposted. It was from December of 2013. Yeah, 2013. And I was sitting in my bathroom and I was scared to freaking death to record a video. Now I can record a video wherever you want me to record a video and talk to people. But I had to do it. Deep down, I was like, if I don't do this, I'm not going to do anything. So I had to step out there and do it. The next thing, and that goes along with that, is number 6, is you're exactly where you need to be. Stop looking at everyone else. Stop comparing yourself to everybody else. You are on your own journey. And as long as you're showing up every day, you are where you need to be, and you will get to where you need to go. I know I had some questions about sharing the financial side of things when you don't feel like you have financial freedom. Let me tell you guys that from day one, if I got a check that was $25, I was, even $10 on the moon talking about it. I talked about the fact that I love to shop. So I use that, like, this is my shopping money. And that was before I even told anybody about my bankruptcy. I would get a check and I would go, buy my clothes or whatever it is. And I would say, because of Beachbody, I'm able to do this. And I don't have to ask my husband for this, or I don't have to dip into our monthly income because of this. People relate to that. People will see that. People have been following that with me for a long time. And you know what? There might be somebody out there that needs to fill their gas tank up. And if you say, because of Beachbody, I got to fill my gas tank all the way up, that might really resonate with them. Especially, it probably resonates with them more than I can pay my mortgage with Beachbody, because it's relatable. So don't be afraid to share that. Don't be afraid to share the little things, because people will be following you. And even if they don't connect with you right away. They're going to connect with you later. And there's people that have come around to me that had like 3 years. I think Shannon we've been connected for a while, but it's just an example of you don't give up on anybody, and you love people where they're at. Just like you need to love yourself where you're at, you love them where they're at, and don't be afraid to share. Okay, that's the last thing I had written was stop focusing on the results. Just focus on the action. So with that said, this is a great month, this month and next month, to take action because there's so many new things. There's so much excitement. Just show up, do what your leaders are showing you to do, and do the 3 vital behaviors. If you see somebody doing something out and you're like, oh, I should do that, don't get wrapped up in doing this, that, and the other. Just stick to what you know and what works, and you will get to where you need to go. And we will keep that momentum going if we do that. If we get sidetracked by something totally shiny, we'll probably lose momentum, and we don't want to do that into the winter months. So with that said, we have our sneak peek. I know that at least my coaches, we have our sneak peek starting on Monday. And my suggestion to you is to, if you haven't already done this, is make your dream team list. Maybe log on to your Facebook and just make a list. Doesn't mean you have to contact them. Just make a list and say, these are the people that I want on my team, and write them all down. And then maybe go through and invite them. Just say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm very proud of a lot of you new coaches that have posted about the sneak peek today. Like, that is just amazing. And I am very proud of everybody that is sharing their stories in the past couple days. I have been just like so overwhelmed with some feelings. I can't even express them yet, because it's just amazing to see you guys sharing and talking about it already. But what I do is I just message them, say, hey, we're having the sneak peek. It's just kind of showing what we do, what our team is about. I really think you would be great at this because you're very passionate about your health and fitness, or you're very passionate about helping others. So would you want to join to check it out? I never, ever, ever put anybody into the sneak peek without talking to them first. That is my number one rule for all of Team Fearless, is do not put anybody into a sneak peek without talking to them first. Because they'll be like, well, what is this? And we just do not run our businesses that way. So make sure you talk to them first and make sure they want to come in, and, just let them know it's no strings attached. You can come in and see what we're about. Next Wednesday, during that group, during our team call, is when I'm going to be hosting an opportunity call. So you can invite anybody to that, even if they're not in the sneak peek for some reason. You can add people in the sneak peek throughout the entire week. I don't put a limit on that or anything. And that's about all I have for tonight. Does anybody have any questions or anything else they want to add? It's quiet.
I'll say something.
Okay.
The Diamond Retreat. I was just going to say, if you didn't go to Summit, I know for myself personally, I was, looking at Team Dynamo and how big it is. And there's some pretty big time leaders in that group with Rhonda and Leanne. And I was really intimidated by both of them and a few other people who have really done well with their businesses. And I was super intimidated at before Summit. And I was like, I don't really know if I'm going to go to the Diamond Retreat because I don't really feel connected. I'm just not really sure. But I'm telling you that these ladies, these women and men, a few of them, are so amazing. And when you meet them in person, they are so genuine, so real, so supportive, and there's nothing intimidating about them. They're just awesome. So setting that as a goal to get to that Diamond Retreat, it's going to be like, if you didn't make it to Summit, it will be your half, your mini Summit, your half of the year Summit. So definitely make that a goal, write that on your calendar, start writing that down every day in your affirmations. I had one more thing, but I can't remember. I should have written it down.
Yes. I agree with everything you said. And honestly, it's probably going to be better than Summit because you're going to be able to sit down one-on-one with these leaders and ask them anything you want to ask them. And they're going to sit there and teach us. Summit is amazing. And it is, it's like, you can't describe it. It's hard to describe. And everybody has to do it. But when I was in Cancun and I got to sit down in a chair next to Rhonda and Leanne and just pick their brains about what they did and how they did it, really, really, really set me up for success. And they are real people, and it's awesome. On that note, there was one other thing I was going to add. Rhonda and Leanne are going to be doing a Revive group starting in August, and they said that we could invite anybody we wanted to. Now, this is kind of going to be like a Coach Basics in a way. So if you are a coach and you've been through many Coach Basics and you know what to do, this is not for you. If you are a discount coach and you have never been through a Coach Basics, or maybe you have been through a Coach Basics and you didn't pay any attention and you're just ready to start now, this is going to be a group for you. I don't have all of the details yet, but it's definitely something, if you're looking to revive your business, to get into. And once I do know the details, I will let everybody know. Yes, you guys have lots of time to get to that diamond retreat. And I'll be in Dallas. That's an inside joke. But everybody else will be in Austin. I'm kidding. Does anybody else have anything they want to add or say? So next week, can you guys hear that? Sorry. She should be on the call. That was my mother. So no team call next week, an opportunity call. If you guys could be there to support and answer any questions that anybody is typing while I'm talking, that would be great. Go ahead, Sam.
I remembered, sorry. It's about size. It's about setting yourself up for the launch of size. If you're not, even if you don't have the program yet, you should definitely be practicing that one preview workout that you have on your on-demand, posting videos talking about how amazing it is. It's a hard workout, but it is so much fun. So set yourself up for success now and start building people's interest in size. Definitely don't miss out on that opportunity. I've done that before where a program has come out and I've kind of like just let the opportunity slide by, and not this time. So make sure that you're doing that.
And to add on to that, tomorrow the performance line is going to be released. The Shakeology boost were released today. I will probably be doing a little YouTube video training on all the new products. I didn't want to take our time and go over all of that because it's in the back office, but go back there, look at it, see if there's something you might want to try. Honestly, I tried the Recharge the other night, and I'm really sad that I only had one sample of it, but I had way too much clothes to fit in my bag. There's no way that big bottle was going to fit. That big thing was going to fit in my bag. So, but now I'm kind of kicking myself. Like maybe I could have bought another suitcase and brought it back because I slept so good. And I did Plyo Fix Extreme that day, and I was not sore the next day. I'm like, all right, tomorrow I'm ordering that. And I know that my husband wants to try some of the other stuff. The Energize doesn't even put a finger on the E&E. Like, it is so awesome. So my thoughts to you is just try some of the stuff out. I haven't tried any of the boosts out. I did order them today, and I'm excited to try those. But try it out so you can share it with people.
Ashley, on that, I know like you showed a picture that you had gotten like a sample pack. Are we going to be able to just get sample packs, or do we have to get the whole big thing that wouldn't fit your suitcase?
They're available. I looked tonight. The sample pack is available. It's $15 for coaches. You get one sample of each. Sorry, Ashley.
Okay, awesome.
No, thank you for answering that. That's perfect. I'm glad that they did that too, because you want to kind of try things out before.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope you guys all have a great Wednesday night, and we will see you all on the boards. Let me know if you guys need anything. I'll post this as soon as I get it loaded to YouTube. Oh, yeah. Well, hopefully they'll change their mind on the boost and they'll do that. So, all right. Have a great night, guys.